Well-run and operated teams are absolutely dominating in our marketplaces right now. So we are so excited to film this video today, how to build a team from scratch. I'm John Foster.
I'm Leslie Foster.
My beautiful wife, Leslie Foster, here with me again as my special guest.
I'm his favorite guest. I'm back for a second appearance.
We're gonna just dive right in and break down the steps that we took because we were just a husband and wife team. It was just Leslie and I. And we came to a point in our business of we wanted to be more successful, and we started generating a lot of business and more business than truthfully we could handle. We were kind of facing burnout, working every weekend, open houses, working with different clients. And so Leslie, I just want to have you address, like, what was the first person that joined our team? So what was the timing of it, the reason why, and kind of how did that happen?
Yeah, absolutely. So it kind of happened very organically. Our daughter went to a preschool here in Castro Valley that was a parent-run preschool. And one of the moms who I became really good friends with, our daughters are the same age, she was pregnant with her third child and she had just passed her test, and she came up and was like, Leslie, I joined your team. Looked at her, was like, I'm sorry, we don't have a team. It's just John and Leslie Foster. And she's like, oh no, I went online and now I'm part of your team. I'm like, okay, well, let me go home and talk to John and let's figure this out. And it really kind of just happened organically. She's still part of our organization. She's such a tremendous person, a mom, a friend, a realtor. She's killing it. And so that's kind of how it happened. It happened very organically, to be totally honest. And her name is Karina, and she's still with us. She actually got Rising Star her first year in real estate, and she sold over 20 homes. And she literally just got in the car with John and I and went on every appointment. And since then, it has just continued to grow, and it really has grown very organically, where it's by word of mouth, or we could do a really great transaction with an agent and they had a great time working with us and like, hey, can we sit down and talk to you? Or they see that our agents on our team are having a ton of success. So that's how it started.
Yep.
At the preschool in the courtyard with two moms.
Let's talk about leads. Do we need to buy leads? I mean, we were buying leads. I'm just going to put this out there though right away. You do not need to buy leads as a brand new team leader. In fact, I know of a lot of successful teams out there that don't offer leads. So I just want to make it really clear. A lot of people get really intimidated, like, oh my gosh, I'm starting a team, I've got to buy leads. You don't need to buy leads.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that more, but
when we started our team, we were buying Zillow leads, but those leads were specifically for John and I. We did not give them to anyone on our team. As we continued to build more business and generate more leads outside of the leads we're building, then that's what we gave to our team.
Yeah, let's talk about brokerages though.
Let's talk about it.
We've been at eXp Realty now for a long time and we love it. It is an absolutely, in my humble opinion, the best brokerage hands down to run a team. Leslie, and a lot of people on our channel probably don't know, we had our own brokerage.
We did. We were the broker owners and it was awful. The insurance, the paperwork, all the stuff we had that came along with owning our own brokerage.
The facts are that if you're the broker owner, the buck stops with you on all the liability, all of the Department of Real Estate compliance. Truthfully, I'll just kind of put it this way. It's all the things that I don't want to lose sleep at night over. I love selling real estate. I love coaching and training and mentoring our agents to get out there and win.
Yep.
And I don't want to deal with all that. And truly, eXp for us has been just an awesome model to do all of the things that we love about real estate and provide a vehicle for us to really allow our agents to grow. And so I just want to put that out there. The reason I'm bringing this up right now is I will say this, not all brokerage models are conducive to operating a large size team. Yeah. And this is again where a lot of coaching comes in. If you want to talk to us more specifically about the numbers and splits, we are a mega icon team with eXp. Our agents on our team agents only pay a $4,000 cap. That is a big deal.
Like they're done in one or two transactions. We're really lucky.
The point of me bringing this up is if you start a big team or you want to grow yourself into even a medium-sized team, and let's say you're at XYZ brokerage, and then you kind of figure out later, geez, this model really isn't great. I've got like 15 people now. Let me just tell you, it's not, I mean, it happens all the time, but wouldn't it have been better to start building the team at a brokerage that was already awesome to build a team at? Yeah. It's just, again, it's not that you're never going to change things throughout your business. We still change things, software platforms, whatever. But if you can minimize that as much as you can, it's just going to make your life easier. So that's really, really important.
I agree.
Why don't you talk a little bit about coaching? Have we always had a coach since day one?
No.
And what does that look like till today?
Yeah. So we didn't have coaching when we first got started. I mean, John had a personal mentor who, helped him through, and then John was my mentor. And I always give him a hard time. I go, you're so much nicer to the agents on our team. When I needed help back in the day, you told me just to research it. And quite frankly, I'm thankful he did that because I'm very good at what I do now because I just know how to find the answer and make it happen. But coaching, we really started coaching probably, I don't know, about 7 years ago. We hired our first coach. She was out of Missouri. It was a mother-daughter team. And when we sat down with her, she really just helped us figure out things that we're lacking in. And the time, I am a perfectionist. I like to have everything done my way. And I had a really hard time letting go of things. And one of the first things she said was, Leslie, you need to bring in an assistant just to kind of help you. Coaching really, I think, has changed our business. I remember sitting at a conference and they talked about like, you need to build a team, And I looked at John, I'm like, we're never going to be a team. We're going to just be John and Leslie Foster. Like to that, I believe that with my soul. And now to see where we are 3 years later since we started building this team, it's just mind blowing.
But here's the short answer. Like I would never advise anybody that wants to run a team or start a team to not have a coach. All of the successful teams that we know, which is a lot of them, everyone's got a coach. There's too many moving parts. And if nothing else, you need a sounding board to run big decisions by, to validate, yes, you should do that. Or, you know what, this is not the right time to do that. You shouldn't hire this person now. You should hire this person now. Yep. Speaking of coaching, so this question comes up a lot. When do you need team agreements? I mean, you need a team agreement when you hire your first agent.
Yeah, absolutely. Our first team agreement was like on a napkin. No, just kidding. But I think it was.
It was barely better than that. Your team agreement can evolve, but bottom line, you need team agreements. We're in California. California Association of Realtors has like an independent contractor agreement. It's too generic in my opinion. So this is a coachable opportunity, and every team agreement for every team is going to look different because different teams operate in different ways.
Absolutely.
Like we talked about leads a little bit. Our company does 200-300 leads a month come into our company. They get distributed to agents. We have, and I'll just kind of talk high level, is what we call a dynamic team agreement.
Dynamic. It's John's word. Every time he sits down, it's a very dynamic agreement.
It's a dynamic. So, I mean, I have seen team agreements, like Leslie's joked about the napkin, that it's literally like 2 paragraphs or 3 paragraphs on one page. It's like everything's 50-50. It's like, well, there's no exceptions for anything. Apparently not.
Yeah.
So when I say a dynamic team agreement, in my opinion, the best operated teams have allowances for the source of the lead. And I think to put it in 2 categories, I think every team agreement should at least do this. Number 1, the source of the lead was generated by the agent. That should be one category.
Absolutely.
Number 2, the source of the lead was generated by the company. I think there should be different split scenarios for who generated the business, because at the end of the day, that is the lion's share of the time, the money, the effort going into where your next escrow is going to come from. So I love this one, Leslie. Do you need office space? I mean, we're sitting in our beautiful office right now.
It is beautiful.
Was it always like that?
No, when we were at Remax, we had a very tiny little office. And then when we started our own brokerage, we just worked from home. So we really haven't had an office space for a very long time. We just always work from home. We had designated offices within our home. And I will say having an office to come to is fantastic, but it wasn't necessary for us to be successful.
We started this team from our house.
We did. We started this team pre-pandemic. And then once the pandemic hit, we were very virtual. And then as soon as the restrictions were lifted where you could be with people and stuff, we had meetings. Like people would just come to our house and work at our dining room table. And I feel like it's very much like what we have now. We have 2 really big dining room tables. Our office has a very homey feeling where people just sit at the big dining room table and make calls. And that's what it was like when we first started the team.
Home away from home.
It was a home away from home,
The main point is I hear a lot of agents that they don't even have a team. They're just getting started. It's like they're stressing themselves out. I need an office space.
You don't need an office space.
You don't need an office space. We proved that. So Leslie, let's talk a little bit about what the structure of our team looks like. I mean, there's John and Leslie. Who's Jill?
Jill. #Jill. She is our accountability.
Jill's amazing. She's done a ton for us. She's our director of operations. She did not start off that way.
No, Jill started out as our assistant. She was actually going to nursing school. And then the pandemic hit and she was like, this might not be the right choice for me and my family. So I'm going to go ahead and just pursue this. And she literally moved from every position all the way up to our operations director. And she is amazing. We can't do it without her.
Yeah, so there's a director of operations. We have a listing coordinator.
Also love Allison.
Allison's amazing. We have Katrina, who's operating the camera. Thank you, Katrina. She's doing a great job, as she always does.
Yes.
And Katrina's very talented, but she's a YouTube content creator, video editor, social media. We've got a social media manager. That's Anna, doing a lot of our social media in-house. She's extremely talented, has really helped manage our digital marketing and our print marketing and our farming.
She's really creative. I mean, there's some
talent
really funny stuff that she's
is
come
incredible.
up with.
I don't know how she does what she does, but she's very good. We've got an ISA department. So we're going to break down each one of these departments in future videos, but I just want to give you guys high level what the structure looks like. We've got an ISA team. So there's 3 ISAs that are basically in the CRM, dialing for dollars literally every day, booking appointments for our agents. We've got 3 VAs right now. So we'll talk about what they do, but high level, they are basically acting as supportive roles. Some for the ISA department, some for the marketing department, some for Leslie and I,
Yep.
and some for Jill.
Absolutely. And then on top of that, within our organization of agents, we've got squad leaders. So we've got individual pods within our team where there is a squad leader that if a newer agent has a question on a contract or things like that, how do I take care of this issue or this objection I'm handling? They can go to that agent, or, everyone always knows they can come to John and I or Jill, but it's just like, how can we make it easier for everybody, right?
Yeah. So the reason I brought this up is, obviously that didn't happen overnight.
No.
These are lots of hires, lots of structure. It's a process, you guys, and it has to be done in a certain sequence. So for example, you probably wouldn't hire a content creator, social media manager, listing coordinator if you've got a team of 3 agents.
No. You probably just need an assistant.
You'd be out of sequence big time on that. So
Absolutely.
When do you hire an operations director? Well, I think Leslie did a good job of saying that, Jill started as just a part-time assistant.
Yeah.
So if you're a team leader, I'm just going to put this out there. You should have sales meetings. You need to have sales meetings. So sales meetings are at our team. They're 1 hour. They're every Tuesday from 12 to 1. I don't think it should be longer than an hour. I don't think it should really be shorter than an hour. There's other opinions out there. I'm not saying they're not right or they're wrong and I'm right. People do things differently, but I think shorter than that, there's not enough content. We will do another video in the future that is an entire video on the structure of a good sales meeting. So I'm not going to get into all of that today, but high level, a sales meeting brings your group in. It tightens that culture. It reminds people of what your core values are. We go through our core values every single sales meeting and we talk about it. We do a moment of gratitude. We get into recognition. Recognizing your people is massive. A lot of people, you've heard the saying, they'll work for a living, but they'll die for recognition. It is so important. We do every single week. Who gets the monkey?
Yes, we have something called I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. What monkey? So I found this really cool monkey at TJ Maxx. Pro tip, if you're looking for something fun in your office, it's a little silver monkey. And once a week, we give it to an agent within our organization for something that they've done, whether it is helping somebody out or just, whatever it may be. We usually have it nominated by our squad leaders, and they get to have that get to have that cultural icon monkey on their area. They can't take it home with them, but it gets to stay in the office, and it's pretty exciting. And then we really dive into numbers, right?
Yep, production. So think about a football team. Do they talk about how to win the game? Do they talk about the strategy? Do they talk about their record for the season, right? If we lose the next game, guys, we're out.
Yeah.
Right? Is that important to talk about? So it's no different on a real estate team. We've got goals. There has to be a weekly accountability around that, strategy to accomplish it, and then help to support it. And the sales meeting's fun. It's designed to move their business forward. It's designed to inspire them. It's designed to solve problems. It's designed to talk about numbers. Oftentimes we'll bring lunch in.
Yeah.
Things
or a
like
guest
that.
speaker. It's a great
Guest
time to bring in
speaker.
a lender or your home warranty, your inspectors, your stagers, to have them promote and bring in lunch. I mean, who doesn't love a free lunch?
So talking about just having fun at the sales meeting, this is just something silly. Do you want to ring the bell, Leslie?
Yes. Cha-ching! I did put one into escrow yesterday. So we use this at our sales meeting. It's kind of fun. We pass it around for anyone who gets something into contract or sales that closes. Kind of like the play off of Selling Sunset, where they have that big old bell in their office.
Maybe we'll get one of those one day.
Maybe, who knows? But this is our cha-ching for now. A lot of people ask us, we started out as a husband and wife team. How in the heck did you guys become a team of 60?
Didn't happen overnight. I would say many, many things. The culture here is awesome. And as a leader, you really have to make sure that the team members that are interested in joining you, they know what you stand for. Right? I think that's really, really huge.
We do. We really do. I mean, we have a lot of people interview for our team, and there are more than not, we do not bring them on because they're just not a good cultural fit for us.
The money side of the team, they're paying only a $4,000 cap. We get agents interviewing with us and they go, yeah, my cap's $39,000 right now at this other brokerage that I'm at. And I read in your team agreement that it's 4. That's a mistake, right? I'm like, that's not a mistake. So again, being at the right brokerage that is going to attract agents. Again, money is not the reason to join a team. Splits aren't either. It's never about the splits.
No, it's
Ever.
What's the value, right?
We're going to film another video all about team splits. Don't you worry. But so the money side, again, I'm just saying being at eXp Realty and having a $4,000 cap is incredible for our agents. And we're grateful that they get that opportunity. Also, the revenue share model at eXp Realty, many, many, many of our team members were recruited to our team or attracted to our team by existing team agents that were already with us because they want to build their revenue share. So again, being aligned with a brokerage, I believe eXp Realty is the best brokerage to run a team at. That is another reason why.
Agreed.
Typically, we bring them as a guest to the sales meeting and they feel the energy and they get a feeling of our culture and who we are and what we stand for. And they see agents winning and it's like, I want to be a part of this.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I have to say that the entire package and the whole model, a lot of our team has grown organically.
100. Yeah.
Right?
It's really been word of mouth. It really has.
Do we run recruiting ads? Do we post things on social media regarding growing our team or recruiting? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, it's been so much organic growth. It's just been awesome. So that takes me to really my next question is, Leslie, when do you stop recruiting? I'm not giving you a trick question, but like honestly, when do you stop recruiting? And like, secondly, how large or small should a team be? Is there like a rule book for that?
If there is one, can you please let me know what it is? Honestly, I think the rule is you're always recruiting, right? We always want to be attracting good agents to our organization. Just because someone comes in and interviews the team doesn't mean they have to join. But if you find the right person and it's a good fit, absolutely bring them into your organization. So the rule is you're never really done attracting agents, right? It's always recruiting. And I do think how big or how small you should be, you'll kind of know that. And your coach will really help you identify where you need to be. And if you're growing, like if you have too much leads coming in, obviously you need to attract more agents, right?
Yeah.
So I do think there really isn't a rule book. There isn't like you have 100 leads coming in, you need 3 agents. There's no mathematical equation behind it.
No.
It truly is. You just have to kind of grow organically and really check in with your coach and say, this is where we're at. How are we doing? What do you think? And then they will really advise you on how to do it. Like our coach is always like, yep, you guys have just picked up a new account. You need to bring on some more agents that are qualified to handle these leads because this is a great opportunity for your organization. And, you can really help agents make a lot of money.
Ultimately, what guides Leslie and I is we will never sacrifice our culture, our core values, or our quality of service we deliver to the consumer. So as long as those 3 things are happening at a high level and never being sacrificed, in a nutshell, the agent count is second to that, if that makes sense.
100%.
Let's talk about communication. So it's like we started with, what was it, a WhatsApp?
The WhatsApp?
And we just kept adding agents to this WhatsApp channel. How fast did that get out of control?
That's because you didn't have an iPhone and everybody else did. So let's really identify what the problem was.
I am an Android guy.
He is an Android.
So.
What we use now is a company called Slack. And Slack has made our lives so much easier. It is pretty much a platform where you can have different channels, and it could be for listings, it could be for buyers that you're working, it could be for marketing, and then all those people in that organization or that channel through Slack communicates through there. So imagine WhatsApp on crack.
It's
really
great.
It is fantastic.
Yeah,
so
I would highly recommend Slack. A couple other I don't even know what you want to call this, communication hacks. Like we love every agent on this team. We want to make ourselves available, but time management is extremely important for us and them, right?
Yeah.
So there's just one thing that we've done that I think is pretty cool is have a QR code taped to our refrigerator in our kitchen, in our office. And it's in Slack too, but I'm just saying if an agent's like, geez, I really need to run something by John and Leslie, they can come to us anytime. But it's like, I just want to book an appointment to sit down and talk about farming or social media or whatever it is. They can scan the QR code, goes right to our Calendly, book a time on our calendar. So just making yourselves available and having some system around it. Calendly is awesome. Have a drive for the
Your team.
Put things in there that are valuable for the whole team, right? Like we've got certain addendums we'll put on different contracts and language for low appraisals. I really hope you guys have found a ton of value in this. Building a team, I would say it's one of the most challenging things I've ever done with the help of a lot of amazing people we've done together. I truly will say it's absolutely one of the most rewarding things I've ever done that I'm very proud of. We hope that if you thought you might want to start a team, that after you watched our video, you got excited.
And we didn't scare you away.
If we didn't scare you away, then we would be excited for you. Book a call with us. We'd love to hear your plans and how we can support that. And if you got a lot of value out of this video today, we would love it if you would like and subscribe to our channel.